Mr. Inspector Dubois, we are doing everything in our power to understand what could have happened to Felix on stage. We already have some clues to help us understand, but...
I know. I will seek to get more details. I'll question them. How could they do this trick? This technique, the artistic. It's quite unique, isn't it? As a magic trick. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Inspector Ambroise Dubois, and I wish to question you regarding the theft of Felix's nose. All of you were spectators of what happened on stage, so...
Excuse me, we won't tell you what we saw. Well, rather, how we made it.
Please go ahead, miss.
Hypnosis takes place at the 20th century and follows the story of Felix, a troubled young man who confronts Bergerac during one of his shows at the Opera Garnier. Through the famous joke, "Got your nose," aimed at children, we wanted to teach Felix an important lesson about the acceptance of others.
Huh, interesting. I'm taking note on this. And what about the brush effect on the characters?
Inspired by autographs from the series Love, Death and Robots, we chose a very painted artistic direction for the entire short film to enhance both the child's imagination and the dreadfulness of the hypnosis. With ZBrush and Maya, we created semi-realistic characters with sharp edges and a huge displacement, especially around the nostril of Felix and the huge scar of Bergerac. This scar had to be visually striking to catch Felix's attention.
Okay, but how did you manage the nose?
We had to change a significant part of Felix's face to create an out impact in order to make him understand what it's like to have a difference, just like Bergerac and his car. Choosing between a cartoon or a horrifying hole was a big dilemma, but the face of the ghoul in Fallout inspired us the most. With Mary and Substance, we created textured and brushed characters, assets and environments, and then added several stretch path masks that enrich the surfaces and reinforce our film stylization.
I know it was a magic trick, but still, poor child. And what about the difference between the two worlds?
As part of the environment team, we had to reimagine each environment as fragmented sets in order to enhance the fantasy of our world. However, the opera was our biggest challenge, both because of its scale and amount of details. We had to optimize as much as we possibly could. It was also very important to maintain consistency in a 2D style throughout texturing. Each scene had to keep a lighting with strong intentions reminiscent of a theatre universe, meaning mostly spotlights on our main characters. We decided to create Hypnosis in black and white because we wanted to recreate the feeling of films from the beginning in the 20th century. Therefore, it was crucial to establish a certain hierarchy between the different elements in our shots: foreground, background, characters, cloths, skin, and so on.
It's a very colorful show, my world. But what do all these places represent in the Hypnosis?
One of the main challenges was to create a distinct look for each stage of Felix's life in the Hypnosis. With Maya in Houdini, we firstly created a school, lost in a dark void as if Felix were in a gloomy dream, which represents the bullying in the classroom. Secondly, I created a destroyed and overgrown ballroom, which represents his teenage year with the rejection of his first love and the anger building up within him. Behind all of those environments, we made this dark and odd-looking background in Nuke to make sure he stayed in the Hypnosis.
He has enjoyed quite a lot, that little one. And to create all this magic, how did you do it?
In terms of workflow, we use the USD pipeline in Houdini Solaris, rendering everything with Karma. As FXTD, I developed several tools to optimize the team's workflow and streamline production. Among them, a lighting preset automating the import of necessary elements for each shot.
USD, Houdini, and Karma? Okay, but how did you stage this magic trick?
We first created a 2D animatic to refine the composition and clarify the intentions of our shots. This process facilitated the 3D animation, especially because we have a lot of action in our short film. It was also crucial for us to film and analyze our own references in order to make a movement that is very fluid and accurate. Lastly,
For the two sequences, we decided to go for two different animation styles. For the sequence taking place in reality, we went for ones, and for the sequence taking place in hypnosis, we went for twos.
We used advanced skeleton and NG skin tool for the rigging process. We were able to optimize the rig quickly and adapt them to all types of animation styles. We started using Animbot, which was a wonderful tool to improve our animation workflow.
That's well thought out. And this terrifying FX, the compositing.
The FX and CFX were numerous: grain, clothes, smoke, vellum, but the most complex was the shadows, the nemesis of Felix. To achieve this, a series of simulations was set up, starting with smoke, on which particles were advected before being converted back into a volume for rendering. For the compositing, a key element was the use of scratches masks into the OVs, inspired by the Mitchell's versus machines. During Hypnosis, the chromatic aberration played a crucial role, instantly immersing the viewer into another world from the magician's first snap of the fingers.
Well, thank you all for this beautiful information. Your help has been invaluable in our investigation. Ladies, gentlemen.
And that's why, if you know someone who has a difference,
Try to understand.
Because behind the facade,
There are feelings and a person whose words will be forever engraved in the mind.
Thank you for watching our short film.
And watch out for your nose.